Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast for today, Monday, August 29th, 2016. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. 1 week ahead of the new academic year, teachers are preparing to welcome new and returning students. The Department of Education commenced its 2016 back-to-school training sessions for teachers with an opening ceremony this morning at the Nevis Performing Arts Center.
The beginning of the year gives us a chance to make small adjustments or significant changes depending on where we are in our education system, whether it be with our structure or where we are in our individual careers. To all of us, I say, in whatever position we find ourselves, a good thing to do at this time is to reflect on the past. Allow your experiences, both good and bad, to guide your overall approach to the task at hand. Set your goals and expectations and share them.
The theme for the week-long exercise is Investing in Quality Education, Empowering the Nation.
With these numbers of spaces to be filled in different schools, there must be and will be changes effected across schools. If we are to provide quality education, we must look at equity across schools. And so, please expect that there will be some changes.
Premier, the Honorable Vance Amory, is the Minister of Education.
Today's theme for this exercise and this opening ceremony is a timely one. I want us to see it as a guiding principle by which we should direct what we do in our schools. I charge you today, teachers, educators, support staff, recommit yourselves, the discipline, the counseling, spring a moment to talk with a child who seems troubled. These are things which will help us to accomplish providing quality education.
This morning's back-to-school opening ceremony, chaired by Education Officer Eileen Mills, also received remarks from President of the Nevis Teachers Union, Ornette Webb. A number of training sessions for teachers, librarians, and attendance officers are scheduled for the rest of the week. In more local news,
and one of the things which we want to ensure is done is that every single school child is given at least one good meal.
Premier and Minister of Education, the Honorable Vance Amory, addressing the NIA's town hall meeting, which was held at the Franklin Brown Community Center on Thursday evening. He made those remarks as he gave an update on the status of the new Joyson Liebert Primary School cafeteria.
We have had the Justin Liebert Primary School, which was without the school's kitchen, so the children there were not receiving that meal, at least for a while they were not. And we shall commission the Justin Liebert Primary School's kitchen during the first or second week of the term here in September at Gingerland. And we have already looked at the staff. We have already contacted the staff who will be working there. The equipment is already there, so we shall then see our children even performing better.
Meantime, Premier Amory noted the Nevis Island administration remains committed to ensuring that the island's children attend a school in conditions that are conducive to learning.
And already this year, during the school vacation, we sent out the Public Works team to look at every school, to look at what has to be done to do any minor repairs. And we shall ensure that that is done before schools are reopened on the 5th of September.
Premier and Minister of Education, the Honorable Vance Amory. When jobs are available in our communities, the island's young people should take advantage of these opportunities. The words of Minister in the Nevis Island Administration, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, when he spoke recently to proposed developments for the St. James's Parish.
We have an approval for a project east of the Medical University, which is the Oasis Garden. And I'm saying this because obviously there'll be activity here. It means there'll be employment available for young men and young women in the construction phase and then thereafter in the operational phase of these development. So the Oasis Garden has had their approval. My understanding is that they're ready to go. And once they're ready to go, it means that we should get set, get ready, and get ready to work. Because we hear from time to time persons are saying they can't find a job. There are some persons who say, I'm not going to Gingerland, I'm not going to town, I'm not going. But if there are jobs in the community, we expect our young men and young women to take advantage. Because that is why we go out and work hard and work diligently to bring investment to the island. It is brought here for you, the people of this community, the people of the island, to go and take advantage of. So we're hoping that persons would take advantage of these opportunities so at least they can earn a living to take care of themselves, take care of their families, and save something for a rainy day as well.
Minister Jeffers, the area representative for St. James's, voiced his expectation when he addressed Thursday's NIA Town Hall meeting.
There's also a proposed development west of the Medical University, which once that develops into what we anticipate would be a major project as well, that would be made known to the general public as well too. If you see some clearance at the start of what we term Catalang Part, then that is a proposed development that would be coming shortly. And as time go by, we'll also explain to you and let you know exactly what is intended there and what that would mean to the constituency of St. James.
Minister in the Nevis Island Administration, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers. Still to come.
I'd like you to keep in mind that we are now in the hurricane season, and we also have a role to play in terms of disaster preparedness, humanitarian assistance.
The details after this break.
Welcome to Nevis.
It's easy to believe that all Caribbean islands are the same until you visit Nevis.
Nevis is the Caribbean of a bygone era.
You will enjoy a most intimate vacation on Nevis. You're only a stranger here once.
We offer exclusive and barefoot luxury stays.
With only 400 hotel rooms, our island may be exclusive,
but the warm, genuine and friendly welcome is just everywhere.
We look forward to meeting you.
Visit nevisisland.com.
Welcome back. The recently concluded 2-week camp here on Nevis for the Reserve Corps of the St. Kitts and Nevis Defence Force has not only better equipped the soldiers to assist the police with the island's security, but also to give assistance in the event of disasters. Commander of the St. Kitts and Nevis Defence Force, Lieutenant Colonel Patrick Wallace, made that point when Premier the Honourable Vance Amory visited the camp last week.
That is part of the training of our soldiers. In case anything happens and the islands are stricken, that they are the first responders, depending on the magnitude of the disaster, we are the first responders until outside assistance arrived. And so the presence on Nevis helped the men to familiarize themselves with the island, and so they can know how to get around and how best to assist the Nevis Island administration when called upon. So I don't want people to feel they're just strictly military and security crime fighting capabilities that have been tested and exercised during our camp. And I can assure you that the soldiers are very capable of responding to all the full spectrum of assistance which will be required from the NIA.
Premier Amory, Minister responsible for disaster management, expressed appreciation on behalf of the Nevis Island Administration.
We pray that we do not suffer any ravages of any hurricane or any storm. And we know that we can always call on you to assist us, if ever we had the need for your resources. So I want to thank you for reminding us that you have a multi-purpose force, and you are willing and able to assist in any way in which you're called upon to do so. And thank you again, and please convey my appreciation to the men and the women of the forces, or the resources you have for their willingness to undertake the training, but also their willingness to assist and also to ensure that the country is safe, but also that we are restored in case there's any disaster, any hurricane disaster, or anything which puts the country at risk.
The Premier was accompanied on that visit by Minister the Honourable Alexis Jeffers, Cabinet Secretary Stedman Truss, Permanent Secretary in the Premier's Ministry, Wakely Daniel, Assistant Secretary Kevin Barrett, and Shinel Pemberton, Principal of the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School, where the camp was based. This Saturday, September 3rd, the Department of Youth and Sports will be hosting a seminar at the Nevis Performing Arts Centre. During a recent interview with host of the Social Development Outlook, Curtis Morton, Director of Youth Development, Zinella Claxton, outlined the reason for the event.
It was a dual event, You Matter, and that one is for high school students and older. And then we have I'm a Princess, and that is for primary school girls. Of course, we'll talk more about both of the events, but I want to make it or highlight the fact that it is a collaborative effort between our department and the Department of Education. We felt that being this close to the starting of school, it was important to not only inspire our teachers when they're going back, but to inspire the young people as they go back to school, or some of them might be starting new careers, for example, those who are going out to teach for the first time, and just to give them that motivation to help our young people to feel empowered as they go out on September 5th.
Claxton also outlined details of the collaborative effort between the Department of Youth and Sports and the Department of Education.
So the I'm a Princess event, and of course every young lady on this island should consider themselves special, important, and that they're princesses. And so one of the things that Tishan captioned is I'm a princess, and she's going to look at different sections, but I'm a princess because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. She's going to look at things like bullying and how can they interact with and stomp out bullying, confidence building. And this event is especially for those little girls who don't feel special. You know, they might have low self-esteem. They might, it's for everyone, it's for all the girls. But I have a special place in my heart, and so does Tishan, and the Department of Education as well, Mrs. Wilkin and her entire team, that we want those who don't feel like royalty to feel like royalty. And we want them to know that when you go to school that nobody can talk to you in any particular way, or don't allow anybody to bring you down, because you are important, you're special, you're a princess.
The I Am a Princess event is the brainchild of facilitator Tishon Phillip, as well as Lakeisha Dixon. The event will begin at 11 a.m. and will conclude at 1 p.m. And that concludes this evening's presentation of the Nevis Newscast. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing. Good night.
This one is going out to the land of my birth, Queen City, Nevis.
Truly, one of the few places that has an untouched beauty that has captivated the hearts of many. Nevis is everything you imagine.